Okay, part two of projectiles and shooting with P5JS. We've got a script that we can shoot a bunch of projectiles. We can move up and down with the W and the S key. And anywhere we shoot, it will start a projectile shooting across the screen. Next step is our list of projectiles is getting really, really long. In fact, I can see that right now, like if I run this and I've got a list of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bullets that I'm keeping track of right now, or my computer's keeping track of, even though how many bullets can I see? There's none left. So, and I can, when I shoot another bullet, you see, okay, I've added another bullet. Look at the positions of these 6,620 for the X position. That's way off the right-hand screen, and I can't see those bullets anymore, or the projectiles. So I want to be able to delete them. So what we're going to do is, in this loop where we're drawing the projectiles, maybe it should be somewhere else because this function is called draw projectiles. I'm already both drawing them and I'm moving them. Now I'm going to add another functionality. Not a great practice. It should probably be done somewhere else. But like I said, a better way to do this would be to create a projectile object. It's a little beyond the scope of what we're doing right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here. And I'm going to write a little comment that says, delete if the projectile is off screen. So I'm going to do a little conditional statement. If the X position of the projectile is bigger than the width of my screen right now is 600 wide, we're going to remove that one. So if projectiles X, remember that's the list of all the X positions here, 6,620, 65, 60, 64, 70, 64, 45. If I click it again, they'll be super large, 35,555. It's still moving, right? So if this first position or the second position or the third position all the way through, I is iterating through the whole list with this for loop we set up in video 1. If that value, the X value, is greater than 600, then we're going to go ahead and do this thing called splice. And so we want to take out the thing only at position I. So we are going to say projectiles X's dot splice, and we're going to say from I up until I, semicolon. So I'm going to remove the X value at that position. And we'll see what happens now. I'm going to go ahead and run them. And you can see it was there was one projectile. There was two projectiles. There were three projectiles. And now if I click it again, there should be, So see how the X projectiles is getting shorter and shorter and shorter? Or it's getting shorter and going back down to 1, but the Y projectiles is getting longer and longer and longer. So I think what we need to do is, we need to double check to see, did this we need to delete the Y values. So just like what we did here, projectile X's dot splice, we also need to remember, because we're not doing this with objects, we need to projectile Y's sub I dot projectile Y's dot splice from I to I. Same index, same position. So that should delete the correct Y value and the correct X value all at the same time. So And that's looking pretty good. Anytime I'm drawing those projectiles, now my list should be going back down, and I'm not keeping track of more and more and more projectiles. The ones that go off screen are being deleted. I can see I have a small bug, and the first one's never getting deleted. That one's still there, but I'm not worried about it for now. I think this looks fairly good. At least we're not keeping track of hundreds and hundreds of bullets or projectiles. Okay. So far, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good projectile exercise. Something that might be a good extension for this is maybe try to put a second player over on the right and make it keyboard presses. Like the right player uses the arrow keys to throw a projectile towards the left player, and the player on the left tries to throw towards the right. And maybe we try to do something about collisions and do you get hit, and if your bullets, do the bullet hit the other player? That's a little bit trickier, but maybe we'll do that in lesson 2. Okay? Or video 3, excuse me.